one.
I don't know where.
I usually do 3/4.
All right.
And then this all the way up when you're ready.
Yeah, all right. In 5 seconds or so, here we go. And a very pleasant good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike, and welcome to University of Tampa men's basketball. The women won their game against Berry earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, a nice 69-56 win for the women in that game as they get to 1-1 in conference play and 6-1 overall.
That's very nice indeed. Great balance in that game, and hopefully there'll be great balance for the Spartans in this one as well. Richard Schmidt, the head coach of the Spartans, is going for his 700th career coaching victory here today, but it will not be easy, folks, because the opponent is the 4-1, 12th ranked Berry Buccaneers, coached by Butch Estes, another veteran coach who has got all kinds of great stuff on his resume.
And we've talked to him a few times. He's a nice guy to talk to, and it's kind of fun because he remembers us every game.
He does. He did remember, as a matter of fact, that last year we called the game in which his Buccaneers came from 10 points down in the final minute to win here at Tampa.
It was just a collection of miscues by the Spartans at the end of that game.
Coach Estes told me, he said, hey, I heard your call on the replay, and you made me sound like I knew what I was doing. He's a good guy, Butch Estes. So we see the 4-1 Buccaneers come in. Both of these teams, however, 0-1 in conference play. The Spartans lost their game at 21st-ranked Florida Southern on Wednesday night, 74-67. They fell behind early, big time, and then rallied back, took the lead, led most of the way, but down the stretch suffered a disappointment. Berry, meantime, lost 103-93 at Nova Southeastern on Wednesday. They had 6 players in double figures, but gave up 62 second-half points, as Nova also benefited from a little home cooking, perhaps, as they made 17 more free throws in 17 more free throw attempts.
But if you're looking for a bright spot, they held Nova to 6 points under its per-game average.
Yeah. 103 was their total. They're averaging 109. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Nova Southeastern is definitely getting it done. We're about to have the national anthem here, so we'll break for that, and then we will come back with the starting lineups. It is the University of Tampa, 4-3, 0-1 in the SSC against the 4-1 Berry Buccaneers, looking to even their conference record at 1-1. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you, and let's pause now momentarily for the national anthem. The Berry Buccaneers have a new look this season as they lost 5 of their top 7 players from a year ago, including the SSC Player of the Year, Elvar Friedrichsen. He was a terrific point guard, a great talent, seemed to have a triple-double more often than not. It seemed like to me anyway. But Butch Estes says maybe we're going to be better defensively. We will see. They are giving up only the third most points in the conference. I think both Tampa, which leads the conference in defensive points allowed, and Barry, both 66, 67 points a game, I believe.
66-6 to 66-8.
Yeah, so that we might have a game in the 60s. Yeah, we might have a game in the 60s today. We shall see. Starting lineup first for the Barry Buccaneers. Number 1 is Evan Walsh. He's their leading scorer at just 12 points per game, but he is a great three-point shooter. Percentage-wise, 50% from beyond the arc. David Moya is number 3. Moya, a 6-foot guard out of Plantation, Florida. Should mention that Walsh is from Tring, England, out of Oakland's College. Moya, number 3. Junior from Plantation, Florida, as I mentioned. Tylen Burks is number 5. Burks is averaging 8 points and a team-high 6.4 rebounds per game. Marko Tomic, number 15. I should mention Burks is 6'6", 220, out of Florida City, Florida, and Santa Fe College. Tomic is a 6'7" senior out of Belgrade, Serbia. 6'7", 220 pounds, averages 8 points, 3.8 rebounds a game. And Daniel Mortensen is number 2 on the team in scoring at 11.2 points. He's number 22, 6'8", 235 pounds, out of Denmark and Wright State University. The head coach, Butch Estes. Bill Marasco is the assistant coach for the Barry Buccaneers. And the starting lineup for the Spartans is number 1, Alberto Moreno, a 6'3" junior guard out of Gran Canaria. Vincent Biffle is in the lineup. Jack will have more on that in just a moment. That's almost a surprise, and we'll explain in a moment. Biffle averaging 13.3 points per game. Vincent Biffle, 6'2" guard out of Indianapolis, Indiana, a junior, 2-year letter winner. Devon Colley is the point guard. Colley is averaging 10 points per game. First year at University of Tampa out of Central Wyoming College. A 6'1" junior, 185 pounds, out of Las Vegas. Anthony Gamble is number 21. Gamble averages 13.7 points a game, and he is a 6'5" junior, redshirt senior, I should say, 3-year letter winner out of Riverview, Florida. And finally, the fifth starter today is Cedric Bellarmine. Bellarmine, number 23, averaging 8 points and 9.6 rebounds, 6'7" junior out of Congo. And it is Bellarmine into jump center. He goes high, but the tip ends up in the hands of Devon Colley.
This is our first time to see Colley. He was missed the first couple games of the year and has been playing the last 4 games since we broadcast, and they were all road games.
Vincent Biffle gives the ball far side. Gamble launches a long 3, no good. Tipped up. Boy, Bellarmine could have grabbed that one, instead tried to tip it to a teammate, and now that ball's a kick ball. As Vincent Biffle got a foot in the way of that pass, and we should mention Vincent Biffle's foot was a question mark, Jack.
Yeah, he hurt himself, cut himself in his apartment or his dorm, and
stepped on something, I guess.
A lot of blood, and they weren't sure if he was going to be able to play. Wrap it up, put some dirt on it, and get him out there.
That's right, here we go. Colley gives it up.
Though Pat Bacon out for the season as he broke his foot.
Whistle and a foul, blocking foul, so free throws coming here for Tampa.
Bacon broke his foot last year. He said same bone, other foot.
Yeah, 2 years ago, actually. It was 2 years ago, right. Yeah, other foot. So he's having no luck whatsoever.
He's hoping to get a medical red shirt, and he's anticipating having surgery this week. And I said, so you need surgery? And he said, well, they could say wait 4 months and see how it's progressing, or we could just fix it.
Well, that's a big loss. Pat Bacon averaged 19 points a game last year, averaged 19 points a game as a freshman. His injured season, his scoring average was just 12.9. He played in only 17 games in the 2017 season, only averaging 10 points a game this year. Missed the first, made the second, and it's 1-0 Tampa. Inbound to Burks in the backcourt. Full court man pressure here after the made free throw. This is Moya. He gives it up. Mortensen gives it back to Moya, and they'll set the offense. 20 seconds to shoot.
Historically, Barry is a team that puts up a lot of points.
Mortensen moves, shot, fall away, no good, off the glass. And the rebound hauled in by Vincent Biffle. He'll push by himself, takes it coast to coast. High arcing shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, though, in the hands of Devon Colley. He gives it up to Gamble. Drive to the hoop, up and in. First field goal of the game, 3-0 Tampa lead.
You know, that's a side of Anthony Gamble we haven't seen the last couple years. Is he's pretty much been just a set shooter almost from the outside, and he's added the drive to the lane, which is going to help him get that three-point shot that he's so good at.
Inside to Burks. He took steps before he put the ball down. Traveling violation, and the first turnover of the game for either side. Full court pressure. Colley keeps it. He'll bring it across the timeline, defended by Moya. Hands to Vincent Biffle. Biffle behind the back drive, all the way to the basket. Lost it. The ball is knocked out of bounds by Burks. It'll still be Tampa ball. 16 seconds on the shot clock.
You know, I wasn't sure if Vincent Biffle was out there, but he got a haircut. That's what threw me for a loop there.
Long three-pointer by Gamble off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound hauled in by Tomic. They push ahead. Moya to the basket. Ball stripped. Ends up in Moya's hand and now knocked out of bounds off of Tampa's Alberto Moreno. 17:55 left in this first half. 3-0 Tampa. Butch Estes said with both teams having those good defensive numbers we talked about, he goes, I don't know who's going to score. So far, nobody on his team has. Mortensen. He's had a lot of playing time during his career at Barry. Moya, nice defense by Tampa. Ball knocked out by the Spartans. Justin Pekka, the assistant coach of the Spartans, up hollering some defensive instructions. Butch Estes standing up near the scorer's table, looking on, trying to get his team on the scoreboard. Moya drives. Kicks. Mortensen for three. Yeah, pretty play. And set up nicely by Moya. Tie game at 3. Mortensen is shooting about 45% from three-point range. They have 3 players. Their top 3 most prolific three-point shooters also make the best percentage. Nice move by Moreno.
Got the baseline, and then he had to kind of slip back in to get the angle on the basket, and he found it and banked it home.
Evan Walsh with the basketball, leading scorer on the team, defended by Moreno. They zip the ball around. It ends up back in the hands of Walsh. Tries to get it inside, whistle, and a foul on Biffle. Trying to get around to make the steal. Good post up by Ty Burks. First foul for Tampa. Barry has 1 foul as well. Inbound, Mortensen gets the ball back and hits the 3. Catch and shoot 3 from the corner on the assist from Walsh.
He didn't have a lot of space there either.
Pretty well defended. Moreno gives it up. Gamble, baseline, 6-footer. Off the back of the iron, no good. Tipped out of bounds by, I believe, Burtz. It'll be Tampa ball. Mortensen is now 16 of 34 from three-point range, so that's 45%. You also have Walsh shooting 50% from deep.
Wow.
And Moya shoots 48% from deep. So those are the 3 guys you really got to watch for. They shoot a lot of them, and they make a lot of them.
You don't really need more than 3.
No, not really. There's a 3 off the iron. No, Moreno with a miss. Going the other way, Moya with it into the corner. Walsh gives it up, moves it away, knocked out of bounds by Tampa. Still be Barry Buccaneer ball. Butch Estes told me he's still trying to figure out what kind of team he has. He says, you know, you lose 5 of your top 7, you just kind of wonder. But it looks to me like they're going to be pretty good. And they're always well coached, obviously. There's Walsh. No good. Tipped up. Oh, into the hands of Moya. He missed, but got his own putback. 8-5. Barry Bucks on top.
Moya, the shortest man on the court right now. Missed in close, got his own rebound and scored.
Moreno Gives it up to Gamble. Now it's zipped over to Vincent Biffle. Biffle, bounce pass inside, knocked away from Bellarmine. Stolen. Walsh to the hoop. Missed the layup. He showed some great quicks there.
Yeah.
Gamble. Step back behind the line. Bounce into Bellarmine. He left the bounce pass. Check.
Gamble was driving the lane to get but wasn't expecting the return pass there.
Bellarmine gets a rebound here at this end. It looked like Vincent Biffle got whacked in the head. He's beat up right now. Bad foot. And you're right. That
top
haircut,
and bottom.
You got that nearly shaved head right now. That was confusing. Bellarmine for three. No good. Rebound Moya. Strong to the basket and a foul, and that is the correct call. Ty Burtz was knocked into next week on that drive to the basket.
Pick your player on the foul.
That's right.
But he was fouled.
And before he shoots free throws, we'll have a timeout with 14:40 left in the first half. It is Berry 8, Tampa 5 here. You're watching it all on the SSC Digital Network.
And some sponsors bringing you these games this year, we're happy to say. Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress. It's the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate. You'll get huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. And if you're hungry, Pizza Hut is a proud sponsor of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today, right here near UT. The number is 251-3399. Get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep, and tell them to bring a Pepsi with them. So grab a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years.
The officials today, Mark Ellard, Aaron Chambliss, and Kenneth Totten. And with 14:40 left here in the first half, 8-5, Berry on top. The Berry Buccaneers, it just seems like they're always going to be nationally ranked, no matter how many players they have coming back or not. And that's, for one thing, they do some nice recruiting. They get good players. They're very well coached. They're from all over. They've got players from Norway and Lithuania, Puerto Rico, England, as I mentioned earlier, Denmark, Bosnia, Herzegovina. In fact, Kenan Gusinich, number 24, we haven't seen him yet, a redshirt senior. He is from Sarajevo, Bosnia-Herzegovina. And I think that is where Sabonis was from, Arvydas Sabonis. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think so. That was where. Anyway, bottom line is that Ty Burtz will go to the free throw line. To try to put his team up by 5. If he can make a couple here.
Made one.
Made one
by
of 2.
4.
1 of 2. So it's 9-5.
Check on the Tampa women's volleyball team playing for the national championship against Western Washington. Lost the first set.
Okay. But they were ahead in the second last I checked.
Yes. See if we can get an update.
Freddie Ibrahim has checked in for Tampa now. Whistle on a foul prior to the shot. Freddie, number 5, 6'3", senior 3-year letter winner out of Mississauga, Ontario.
Spartans took the second set in volleyball, 25-18.
There you go.
So it will go to a third and at least 4.
Little wet spot on the floor is tended to.
Spartans volleyball national champions 4 years ago, 2014.
That's right. Devon Colley inbounding the basketball. Lobs it out on top to Ibrahim. Gives to Moreno. Lob up top. Whoa! There's the big fella. Jamming it home is Bellarmine, and that makes it a 9-5 game.
9-7.
9-7 game, I should say. What a nice play. Set up. That was the out-of-bounds play.
I don't know how he saw him because we had direct field of vision, and I'm like, who's he lobbing to? And Bellarmine came out of nowhere.
And I think that's because it was the set play. Everybody knew where everybody was going to be. Rebound by Ibrahim. They're pushing in a hurry. Colley drives the lane, puts it up with the left hand. No, tipped up, and a foul over the top is going to be whistled on Bellarmine. Yeah, you're exactly right. We could not see Bellarmine at all.
Yeah.
There were like 4 players between us and Bellarmine, but he came and got to the spot where he was supposed to be, and Moreno with a perfect.
Moreno gets a lot of credit there for putting it right where it had to be.
Yep. You know, if you're going to be that accurate, why not just throw it in the hoop? You get an extra point for that.
I've seen that on lobs where they actually made it.
I have too.
Sure, it happens more often than we know.
Right. 9-7, Barry by 2. Isaiah Hobbs has checked into the game. He kicks it out on top to Mortensen. Gives it to Allende. Allende, gives it back to Tomic, and Tomic is fouled on the drive. So, again, we have Leandro Allende, a 6'6 junior guard out of Puerto Rico. Number 14 into the game right now. And as I mentioned, Isaiah Hobbs is number 2. 6'4 senior out of West Palm Beach, averaging 10 points a game. He's inbounding right now. Gives it to Allende. Moya. Now it's Hobbs. Inside it goes to Gusenik. And there's a whistle. Number 24 is Kenan Gusenik out of Sarajevo. He was injured last season, did not play. His freshman year, Gusenik, number 24, was at Midlands Junior College. His sophomore year, he played at Colorado. And then his junior year, last season, he was at Barry. That's a 2-point shot. No good. 3 Tampa players went high for the rebound, and it was Ibrahim that came down with it. 9-7. Boy, they do show on defense and prevent the drives.
They do. Yep.
Good defensive team. That's
nice.
A tough shot. Anthony Gamble off the glass. We're tied at 9.
Anthony, again, I mentioned he drives to the lane more than he used to, and that time he really worked to get his shot. Normally you just find him wide open and he buries the 3. That time he pump faked and put it up.
Spot up shooter, and now Mortensen shooting a 3 is fouled by Bellarmine, so 3 free throws are coming. I don't know what Cedric could be discussing there, because there was no question that he fouled him. We see Marco Downer, the 6'9 freshman from Jamaica, is into the lineup now. Number 34 for Tampa.
Athletic, work in progress. He hasn't played that much basketball in his life, but he looks athletic, good build, just needs seasoning.
Free throw by Mortensen is good. He's got 7 points now to lead all scorers. Yeah, there's no question that Downer makes the all-airport team.
I think he's got a huge upside for Tampa.
Yeah. And checking in is Brent Duncan, 6'6 junior out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, Bellarmine picked up his second.
And yes, he'll sit now. Duncan in for him. Duncan had a nice game against 9th-ranked West Florida, scored a career-high 15 points. All 3 free throws are drained, so it's 12-9, and Mortensen with 9 points. Moreno running the point. Several exchanges. Boyd beats the double team, but dribbled right into trouble and lost the ball. Nice defense there by Ty Birch with
very
the help.
quick hands.
Mortensen gives it up to Moya for 3. Missed it off the glass. Well, it's going to be Tampa ball. Might have got a break there. I actually thought Downer just knocked it out of bounds, but they were a lot closer than I was.
No, they're not asking you either.
No, they're not. Moreno's double teamed in the backcourt, and he's in a little bit of trouble. He lost the ball. Got bailed out by the whistle.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the correct call, but they had him in a whole lot of trouble. A surprise double team in the backcourt.
Richard Schmidt suggesting Anthony Gamble come help him out.
Probably not a bad plan. We saw in those games that Devon Colley missed early on that Alberto Moreno had played very well at the point.
Yeah, he did.
Got his teammates involved, and we see him running things now, whereas in the past, last year and in the previous seasons, it would have been Freddie Ibrahim probably running the point with the group that's on the floor right now.
Yes.
There's that double team.
And they're quick to get there, and if the players don't recognize it, there's bad pass.
Campbell threw it too high, intended for Ibrahim. Again, the zone is very active. You don't see some zones get that crazy out there. So we have a timeout here with 11:53 left in the first half. It's Berry 12, Tampa 9. You're watching it all on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. The 12th-ranked Berry Bucks have a 12-9 lead here, just under 12 minutes left in this first half. Tampa, tough start to the conference schedule. You had to play at 21st-ranked Florida Southern, then you get the 12th-ranked Berry Buccaneers coming to town. The thing is we were talking with Justin Pecca, is you got to win your home games. You know, it would have been nice to steal that one at Florida Southern, but you got to win this one if you're going to be a factor.
Spartans' next play on the road, they are at Florida Tech next Saturday. They will then have a couple home games. On December 18th, they'll play Limestone, and December 19th, they will play Shaw. A couple non-conference games, midweek games.
I'm not sure you'll be around for those, are you?
The late games, the men's game, yes.
Okay.
Because they're 7 o'clock.
Oh, gotcha.
The women's games, not sure, because they're 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that.
And there's a real job.
Doubleheader.
Yeah, and there's a real job that you have that factors into the equation,
yes.
Isn't it?
We'll see what my boss thinks when I propose. Do you mind if I just leave a little early today?
Ah, yes. Backing down, Tomic,
nice
up
move.
And in. Boy, he's tough. He's in his 4th year at Berry. He's had some tremendous games, including last year in the Elite 8, where he had 17 points, making all 7 of his field goal tries. He also had a career-high 9 rebounds in that game against Ferris State. Nice move to the basket inside. Brent Duncan with the finish.
He's good inside. I don't know if you want him shooting from more than 5 feet away, but he gives you quality minutes and a lot of hard work.
And he's got nice size and athleticism, and he's guarding Tomic, and that's a tough chore. Gets the Spartans back within 3. Boy, look at that move.
Wow.
Gusenich with a nice finish. 16-11 with 10:40 left here in the half. Moreno walks it across the timeline. Picked up by Allende. 3-point shot here. No good.
Freddie faded away.
Moya finds the trailer, and Ty Burtz with the hammer. 18-11. Largest lead for the Berry Buccaneers. Double team came. Good ball movement that time, and I think Downer got away with steps, but nobody's complaining.
No. Got away in the highlight.
Yeah, he found his way into the highlights for sure. 2-hand throwdown by Downer. 18-13, ball knocked out of bounds. We mentioned it at the outset. If you just joined us, Richard Schmidt, the veteran coach of the Spartans, is trying for his 700th career coaching win here today. Drive to the basket and foul. Tomic is grabbed
by Brent Duncan. There. Yep.
Well, and my nightmare's about to come true, as I believe. No, check that. It is Mortensen coming back in. I thought they were sending in number 11, who has the name that not even the head coach can pronounce. I'll work on it if he gets in. Otherwise, I'm not even saying it, okay? It's got a lot of vowels and consonants. That's
There's more letters in it than the alphabet, I believe.
Tomic makes the front end of the 1-on-1. Tampa with 18 fouls.
Lon Sheffield into the lineup, a 5'7", 130-pound sophomore.
He played in 17 games last year, limited duty. Career high is 6 points.
That's Spud Webb size.
Yeah, it is.
For those in the Wayback Machine.
Yep.
And he's guarding Ibrahim, who checks in about 6'3".
Moreno to the basket, scoops it up and in. There's a beautiful finish.
You know, I've seen more shots like that recently, like say in the last season, than you used to ever see.
Yeah. It is a pretty effective shot, because if you have even a half a step and you reach forward with that for the finger roll and slipping it off the glass, it's actually a pretty easy shot once you get out there.
You're just doing it one-handed. You've just got to balance the ball on whatever hand you're going up with, whereas most players, when they do a layup, they have two hands on the ball and then eventually take a hand off.
Some confusion as to who Devon Colley was checking in for. It ends up being Brent Duncan. Freddie Ibrahim headed to the bench first, so they had to wait a moment. It's a 4-point game. Barry on top. Mortensen zips near side to Allende. Now fake three by Tomic, and the three-point shot here goes back and up off the time clock, the shot clock. Milan Sheffield with the miss. Spartans with a chance to make it a 2 or 1 point deficit with a basket here. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike. Hope you're enjoying it. Inside it goes Colley. Colley is forced out of bounds.
Oh, and they call him stepping on the baseline.
Stepping on the baseline before the contact, perhaps. Devon Colley went to Central Wyoming College last year. Career high 14 points, 5 assists against Virginia Union. I'll tell you what, Sheffield is very much Spud Webb-like.
Yes.
Thin, athletic, and gets in everybody's way.
Let's just see if he dunks on a breakaway.
He might. Pump fake. Good defense by Ibrahim, but the shot is up and in by Burtz. Burtz is 6'6", Ibrahim 6'3", had a 3-inch advantage there and had a nice move to get himself free. 6-point lead for Barry. Here's Moreno. Ibrahim had a three, gives Moreno 4-3. No good. Tipped up a couple of times. And now tipped out of bounds. It'll be Barry ball. Freddie Ibrahim pleaded his case, saying, no. That was a player in a black jersey that did that.
Might not have been wrong.
Sheffield, bounce pass to Burtz. Burtz skip pass, far side. 3-point shot around and out, no good by Allende. Now Ibrahim to the corner. Gamble kicks it on top to Moreno. Now they'll set it up. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Run a little bit of the weave here against the man-to-man defense. Colley step back, gives to Moreno. Moreno drives. Here's that scoop. Tried to pass to the cutting downer, but that was doomed to fail from the get-go. Now driving all the way to the basket is Allende. And it's a 24-16 advantage. Colley spins, gives it up. Long three-pointer is good by Gamble. Anthony Gamble knocks down the three.
Just going to say we're getting into that difficult time where it was an 8-point game and you don't want it to get too far out of hand, so Gamble says, I'll see what I can do.
Big basket there, cuts it to 5. Gamble 37% from beyond the arc this season before making that one. That was his first making 3 tries today. Timeout on the floor with 6:58 left here in the first half. It's the Barry Buccaneers 24, the Tampa Spartans 19. You're watching it all on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? Give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and his Florida Orthopedic Institute, and to their sports medicine team as well. They keep our guys safe, and they provide athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And Crown Plaza, offering business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts, Crown Plaza, it is the place to meet. And Martz is the official chariot of the Spartans, Martz First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to martzfirst.com.
We had a very small portion of the court pop up during play there, right in front of us, a little circle. And I'm guessing
where they do the volleyball nets.
Yeah. And it had popped out, and one of the officials, rather than stop play and putting it in, kind of just popped it into the spot. Kind of put it in, but it was turned the wrong way. The line was going east to west instead of north and south from our vantage point, and it was still kind of not in place. So Jerome came and took care of the business.
You know, I've seen that over the years when we've been here. You can line that up to start the game, and it will not be there as the game progresses. Players hit it, and it wobbles a little bit.
Interesting.
So keep an eye. It's not quite perfect, but I bet you it's not there in a while.
Yep, you'd think through the course of the game, somebody will step on that thing. I'm glad that Jerome came out and put it more in place, though, because it was still not totally down there. All right, Tampa with the ball, down 5 with 6:58 left in the half. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike with you here on the SSC Digital Network. Nice to have you along today. Beautiful day once again in Tampa, 80 degrees. Unbelievable. I was actually kind of glad when it got down in the 60s this week, but the 80s is nice, no doubt. Ibrahim tried to throw an over-the-head pass, and it is a turnover. Moya kicks into the corner. Gets it back. Moya for 3. Ooh, around and out. No good. Rebound. Off the hands of Allende. Leandro. No, I guess it was tipped out of his hands. It'll be Barry ball.
Volleyball, third set goes to Western Washington. They're now up 2-1.
National championship on the line right there. There was a Tomic shot inside. He thought he was fouled. Didn't get a whistle. Butch Estes comes to near half court and says, "Hey, come on." The official shrugs at him like, "I don't know. Might have been a foul, but I didn't blow the whistle, so it wasn't." Shot no good. Great hustle by Mortensen. That is a veteran play. The senior saw was going to miss badly, went and knocked it off a Tampa player. Mortensen scored a season-high 21 points in the opening game over Clark Atlanta, 69-57 win. That's the most that any Barry player has scored this season, 21 points. There's Mortensen. Speak of the devil.
They score well, but they don't necessarily have any one player who puts up all the points.
Isn't it like 6 players averaging 8 points or more? I think that's what I saw.
They average 84.5 a game, but their leading scorer is Walsh at 12, and he's the only one in the top 30 in the SSC.
Yeah, 27-19 the score now.
You've got Mortensen at 11-2, Hobbs at 10, Moya at 9-8.
Nice shot by Brent Duncan.
So 4 players close to double digits, but nobody in high double digits. Yet they average 84.5 a game.
Once again, that was a big shot for Duncan. If they didn't score that time, this would be for a shot for a double-digit lead, and Mortensen's feeling it now. Mortensen can flat out shoot it, folks.
Well, Brent Duncan's guarding him, 22 guarding 22, and Duncan is not normally the kind of guy you want that far from the basket.
Mortensen's 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. He has 15 points already.
Now, whether Duncan went out there on a switch, I don't think so. I think Mortensen's his man.
Gamble, long three-pointer, is short, and the rebound is chased down by Allende. Mortensen just totally feeling it. That was a heat check, folks. He finally missed a three-pointer, but the rebound is in the hands of the Buccaneers, and they'll set it up and run a little offense.
Hey, if you're hot, give him credit. Take it. Might have been early in the count, but he was open.
Moya, double team. Ball was there to be taken, but no good, and now Moya missed the uncontested layup. A break there for Tampa. Otherwise, the lead would have been double digits.
Again, another critical point where you want to come back and have an answer.
Ibrahim. Now Gamble. Nice block shot by Mortensen, out of bounds. Tampa ball. Bellarmine is coming back into the lineup, and Brendan Baker now checks in, 6'5", 195-pound redshirt sophomore from Louisville, Texas. Hasn't scored a point this season in limited duty. Ibrahim. Oh, yeah, for 3. Freddie drains one from downtown. Just his 8th three-pointer of the season here in game number 8. 30-24. Another big shot right there.
Coming our way.
Would have had it.
You'd have shot.
I would have thrown it up, that's for sure. And there's a timeout on the floor as we go under the 4-minute mark here in the half. 30-24. Berry still on top here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And the campus bookstore is the Barnes & Noble campus bookstore. It has all your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear. They have snacks on the run, and they have thousands of accessories for everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center. You can also shop online at utampa.bncollege.com. And Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery. They've been serving it for more than 20 years. The Press Box, Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. The Press Box, located at 222 Southdale Mabry. And connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center, Embassy Suites offers a convenient location. It's close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa, located just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. Embassy Suites, downtown.
We talk about a milestone for Richard Schmidt. If he can get the win today, it would be win number 700. He's been coaching at UT seemingly forever.
Since the program resurrected.
Yes, he came from Vanderbilt to do that. Butch Estes, meantime, has a career record of 564 wins, 346 losses. He, of course, has been at Division II for a while, but has also had time at Furman, Division I. He was the SSC Coach of the Year last season and the season before.
Couple coaches with D1 pedigree.
Indeed.
And about 1,300 wins combined.
Gamble for 3. Needed it to go, didn't get it. Would have cut the deficit in half. It'll still be Tampa ball, however, and a new shot clock.
That's the shot Anthony Gamble loves.
Ibrahim in the corner, defended by Moya. Colley for 3. No good. Bellarmine went up and got it, and he's fouled from behind by Mortensen.
Good rebound by Bellarmine. He mistimed his jump, but he still jumped so high, he was able to out-jump everybody to get the rebound.
That's the first foul on Mortensen. And Bellarmine to the line.
Averaging 8.1 a game, one of the top rebounders in the conference.
Just the 4th and 5th free throw attempts for the Spartans here in the first half. Not a lot of whistles.
Third leading rebounder in the conference at 9.6. Only one player in double digits in rebounds in conference play, and that's Mark Matthews at Nova Southeastern.
Bellarmine's second free throw is good. And coming back into the game is Marco Downer for Bellarmine. And I think this is in an effort to keep Bellarmine's foul total at 2. Biffle has 2 fouls, so does Bellarmine. And neither are on the floor right now, and I think that's so that they don't pick up their third foul here in the final 3:10 of the half. 30-25 the score, Berry by 5. Moya to Mortensen, and boy, Daniel Mortensen wide open. Yep.
Just put it in the ledger.
Yeah. Pick and roll. Moya just said, if you're going to double team me, you're going to pay a price, and he got the ball to Mortensen, spotted up. That is his 5th made 3
in just 6 attempts.
In 6 tries.
Yep.
18 points for Mortensen. Nobody else has more than 5.
Well, he has more than half his team's points.
Colley lobs it up, and going to get it was Downer. Mistimed it a little bit, but got up there and was able to lay it in. And that's fine. It still counts as 2. 33-27 the
No
score.
style points in basketball.
Nope. Moya splits, finds the cutter inside, I think double dribble, wasn't it? I think Hobbs got away with a double dribble. Moya, though, ends up with a three-pointer, and down it goes. Richard Schmidt and Justin Peck didn't see it like we did. I think we both looked at each other like, I think that was a double team, and now they turn over, totally unforced. I think he stepped across the line instead of throwing it in to a teammate, and now it's a 9-point lead and the ball for Barry. A chance for their first double-digit lead. 9 currently is the largest. They've had it on a couple of occasions. There's a shot, no good, and nice position defense for the rebound right there by Alberto Moreno. Gamble drives into trouble. Mortensen with the block. It's out of bounds. You know, and I've said it, almost said it once today, Alberto Moreno. I have said Roberto Moreno several times in my career here, and the problem is Roberto Moreno was an IndyCar driver, and I covered the IndyCar for so many years in Portland, and it just comes out naturally, and I apologize, Alberto. I'm trying to get it right.
Again, another critical possession to keep it from a double-digit lead.
Nice find by Ibrahim inside, and a miss by
This one, Downer should not dribble the ball. He should just go right back up. He let people get around him.
Ibrahim literally jumped in the air after the missed layup. He had made a nice entry pass. There's a step foul. And going to the stripe will be Kenan Gusinic.
He worked hard for that effort to get to the line.
Gusinic last season averaged a team high 6.4 rebounds. He's a big guy. 6'8", 235. Missed the free throw there as Tomic comes back in for Mortensen. Mortensen with 1 foul. Walsh is playing with 2 fouls. He's actually not in the game at the moment, but he does have 2 fouls. Second free throw is good, and it's the largest lead of the game. 10 points, 37-27, and coming back into the game is Brent Duncan for Marco Downer. You're right, work in progress, Mr. Downer. But he does have the size that you like. Gamble, double teamed, and a great block by Tomic. Moya's going to take it the other way, and he throws it high off the glass. No good. Brett Duncan loses it right off his head, and it's a 12-point deficit for Tampa. Wow, that's frustrating.
Yep. Well, Gamble has tried driving the lane. He made it once on his first effort. Ever since then, they've really collapsed on him and made it tough.
3 for Ibrahim, and now Duncan over the back. Nope, they're going to call the foul.
Or Duncan on the foul.
Yeah, they are going to call. I thought initially they were going to change it. I called it the way I saw it, which was Duncan over the back. And that is it. And because they're 8th team foul, it'll be a 1-and-1 at the other end. 39-27, this first half starting to slip away, both in time and in points for the Spartans.
Well, with Duncan picking up his second foul, there's 4 players with 4 fouls, and he's resting them all right now.
Gusinic missed the front end of the 1-and-1, so that turned out not to be a problem. Boy, what great hustle here by the Barry player, and it's their ball as the arrow points in their favor. And Tyler Wilson is going to check into the game right now for Colley. And Mortensen will come back in as well. 30-second timeout is called here.
Colley's got to be a little more decisive, a little more crisp with his passing there. It allowed the Barry player to cheat on the passing lane and then tipped it away, and then it was a hustle play for the ball.
Well, I remember Barry being aggressive on defense last year, but you think of them with their great offense and execution and three-point shooting. I think maybe Butch Estes is right. They might be better defensively. They're jumping on everything. Great help defense. They seem to know what's coming from the Tampa perspective. I mean, as they run the offense, there's almost always a player providing help defense. So very impressive first half for the Berry Buccaneers. Spartans only have 6 turnovers, but how about Berry? Just 2 turnovers here in the first half. Taking care of the ball and taking care of business.
They're 6 of 14 from deep. Spartans 2 of 11. Is a telling statistic right there.
Gamble leads the Spartans with 7 points. Mortensen, the only player in double figures for either team. He has 18 thanks to 5 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Shot clock is off. Moya will trigger with about 10 seconds to go. Here we go. Tomic, top of the key, driving down the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound by Brendan Baker. They push in a hurry. Ibrahim out of it was, but it does not go. And the first half has come to an end.
Ibrahim glanced up, saw that there were only about 3 seconds, and he took a good measure when he took that shot and just about banked it home.
So that's the end of the first half. The Berry Buccaneers ranked 12th in the nation. At least they were last week prior to their Wednesday night loss at Nova Southeastern. It's Berry 39, Tampa 27. You're watching it right here and seeing it all, listening to it as well on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
volleyball is maybe close to winning the fourth set.
Wow.
They're up 23-20.
Ooh, okay. That's good. That's good. All right. Here we go.
It's halftime here in Tampa at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you on this Saturday afternoon, almost evening time. 39-27. The Berry Buccaneers have the lead over your Tampa Spartans. 39-27, pulling away late after the game had been fairly close most of that first half. But if there's one thing that Richard Schmidt and Justin Pecka talked to the players about at halftime, it was probably kind of keep an eye on number 22.
Daniel Mortensen, 5 of 6 from three-point range. He has 18 points, just about half his team's points. Yeah, and that's why they have the 12-point lead.
Yeah, Moya with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He really does a nice job running the show, too, doesn't he?
I mean, they're 6 for 14 from 3. They are 1 for 7 without Mortensen.
Yeah. Meantime, Tampa's just 2 of 11 from deep. Really having a tough time getting the ball to go down as they shoot in the first half. A 39%. Barry is a team shooting just under 42%, so it's not like the shooting percentages are telling a lot.
It's all in the threes right now. Yeah, they have 4 more threes. That's 12 points.
Yeah, very even otherwise. By the way, during halftime and throughout the women's game as well, between games, DJ MC White, that's his Twitter handle.
Yeah.
This guy has done some great work here at University of Tampa. He's the guy that plays the music, kind of runs the show here, and he does it for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's doing the Buccaneers game tomorrow, running the audio.
He does USF.
As well.
Basketball.
He has really got himself a nice business.
Special occasions, too.
Yeah.
If you want him to come spin the hits at your wedding or whatever you've got going on, he'll do it.
Well, if I get married again, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, just renew the vows ceremony.
Have
him show up.
My wife would like that. She likes to dance. No, he does a tremendous job, and I just want to mention that because he doesn't come to all the games here anymore. He's so busy. He's such a big timer now.
Yeah.
And obviously, when the Rays are playing, which is the most, all summer, he's gone. He's gone taking care of business there. But anyway, the basketball team has some work to do. Only 27 first half points. Good defense, obviously, by Barry. But the Buccaneers have also taken care of business from beyond the arc in the sense of Mortensen. You got to stop him from shooting that thing wide open because he has proven, and he's known for being able to do that in the past. He comes in with more makes and more three-point shots than any other Barry player. So you knew he was going to take it and shoot it some more. Again, we mentioned that the season high for any player in points this season is 21. That was Mortensen in the opener, the win over Clark Atlantic. He's got 18 at the half. So here we go. Let's see if the Spartans can rally back. Running a little backdoor cut. Moreno lays it off the glass. Perfectly executed on a design play.
Original starters in for the Spartans. They've got a few players out there with 2 fouls, and a lot of them had to sit out for considerable minutes in the first half. Let's see if getting them back on the floor will help. Nice turnaround there, though.
Bucket good. It's 41-27. Our stats monitor. We just had a basket put on the wrong team again, but they'll have that corrected shortly. 43-27. Moreno gives it. Colley with a nice, Biffle rather, with a nice drive to the basket, lays it up and in. It was 41, was it not?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 41-31.
Okay. The scoreboard in-house now is saying 43-31, so we've got real confusion.
We have the stats there. We have 41-31 on our stats monitor.
I think that's correct on the stats monitor. There's a dry
because Barry has not scored 2 baskets until now. Now it's accurate.
Well, they just now show it hitting 43, so now it's correct.
Yes.
And an offensive foul is called on the pick. Moreno says, "Yeah, that's my fault."
That's his second. Bellarmine with 2, Biffle with 2, Duncan with 2, Downer with 2. And now Moreno with 2.
David Moya with the ball, got it back. Mortensen is fouled. Oh, check that. That was
fouled by Gamble.
I apologize. That was Tomic backing down the player. He's fouled from behind.
First on Gamble.
Tomic again working on Gamble. Gives to the cutter. Nice job by Biffle getting a hand in there and knocking it away. Moreno pushes ahead. Colley in the corner, now on top to Moreno. Man-to-man defense this time down. And Moreno is fouled by Moya, and that is going to be his first personal foul. 12-point lead for Barry.
Colley yet to get on the scoreboard, yet he's averages 10 points a game since he's gotten into the lineup.
And now up and in by Gamble. Full court pickup this time. And they'll fall back just in the man-to-man. Moya defended by Colley. Lost the handle, got it back. 10-point lead for the Buccaneers of Barry. Burtz hands it off. Now Burtz to the basket, up and in. He and Walsh had a nice little two-man game on the far side.
It made it look easy.
45-33. Moreno keeps the dribble. Drives to the basket, lays it up, and in. There it is. That scoop shot once again as he beat Walsh off the dribble. 10-point lead for the Buccaneers, 45-35. Walsh is fouled. Colley bumped him along the sideline. That'll be the third team foul for Tampa.
Just his first.
Leandro Alende has come back into the game for Barry. Tomic takes the inbounds. Oh, look at Moya all the way to the basket. High off the glass over Bellarmine.
He had to go high off the glass.
Bellarmine was queuing up a block shot, but a nice high arcing shot off the glass.
Oh, it was a great pick up top, too.
47-35. Biffle, tough 18-footer, is short. Bellarmine is fouled, trying to put in the rebound. A couple of free throws coming for him. Fouls on Tomic, his first. Second team foul for Barry. Our stats monitor shows 2 team fouls for Tampa, but the scoreboard is showing 3, and I believe 3 is the total at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. Missed free throw by Bellarmine. Freddie Ibrahim comes back in. Colley's going to sit down.
NCAA Volleyball Championships is going to a 5th set, tied 2-2, Tampa and Western Washington. They have split so far. Western Washington won the first and third, Tampa winning the second and fourth. Spartans leading in the 5th, 4-1.
Oh, go Sparts. Stand as one, as they say. And now an offensive foul is called on Tomic, setting the pick that freed Moya for that shot. Does not count. It's 47-36. Bellarmine, last time down, was fouled. Made 1 of 2. He is shooting under 50% for the season. He is shooting 3 of 6 today, which actually improves his percentage for the season. There's the double team
there.
Moreno keeps it, drives, bounce pass. Ibrahim.
Got to pop that.
High floater, no good. Oh, nice rebound. I don't believe that was a pass.
I don't think so.
I would give him an assist, though.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
It looked like a shot, but it actually turned out to be perfectly.
Now we have a delay of game called on Cedric Bellarmine as he knocked the ball after it went through the basket. So we had a warning to the scorer's table. With the stoppage of play, Ty Burtz is going to come back in for Tomic. Marko Tomic, the 6'7" senior. Tomic has scored 6. Burtz has scored 7. Inbound to Moya. Moya defended by Moreno. Allende gives to Burtz. Burtz now to Mortensen. Pump fake. This is a two-pointer. No good.
He's too close.
Yep. He's got to step out, get back in his range. 47-38. Spartans trying to come back.
They need a couple stops and a couple buckets. They are 5 of 7 this half. But Barry equally is strong with 4 of 5 on the half.
Zipping it around to the basket. Gamble. Shot is blocked by Mortensen. And now a whistle and a foul. Bellarmine.
That's his third.
Not a smart foul in the backcourt, picking up his third. Thought he could make the clean steal, but he put his whole body in there. And we have a timeout on the floor with 15:20 left here in the game. It's 47-38. The Barry Bucks over the Tampa Spartans here on the SSC Digital Network.
And your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro Subaru. They're located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view their large Subaru inventory, and they'll receive full-service maintenance on all vehicles. And as a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro Subaru. Our reputation rides with you. And for fresh-made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, our subs are made the firefighter way. They are served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. And at Jimmy John's, they are freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies, because that means better sandwiches. For all freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's.
Both teams shooting well here in the second half. The Spartans are 5 of 8 from the floor, 63%. Meantime, Barry is 4 of 5 from the floor. That is 80%. 15:20 left in the game. A 9-point lead for Barry. 47-38 to score. The Bucks have led by as many as 12 in this game. Tampa has outscored Barry in this half 11-8, and they've held Mortensen scoreless. So there's some positive things. They need to outscore them a little bit more, however. Yes. It was 39-27 at the half. It's now 47-38. Tampa 4-3 coming into the game, 0-1 in the SSC, and Barry 4-1 coming off a loss to Nova Southeastern Wednesday night. They're 0-1 in the SSC as well. This would be a big win for Barry, getting a road win in the conference where it's so hard to get road victories. Allende, Mortensen for 3, short this time.
Good job by Gamble to get out on him.
Oh, what a fake! Fake the pass and laid it off the glass. Vincent Biffle. Yeah, that was nasty.
It was. I was ready to catch it.
Makes it a 7-point game. Block shot. Oh! Whistle and a foul. They say on the arm. Richard Schmidt disagrees. 2 free throws coming up.
Is the ball an extension of the arm?
No. It shouldn't be.
Just asking for a friend.
Okay. Saw a lot of ball on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe on the follow-through. Maybe I blinked.
And we call it either way. I mean, it looks like he missed that. We've said it at the other end as well.
That is the 4th foul on Bellarmine, and that means Marco Downer will be coming in. This is a big difference.
You know, there's one thing with Bellarmine. He's very athletic, but he does have to sit a lot when he picks up fouls. I mean, you're not all that good when you're on the bench.
He's played 16 minutes of the game.
You're much more effective on the floor.
Yeah. Bellarmine explaining to Justin Pekka what just happened. And the free throws are good. It's 49-40. Gamble gives to Vincent Biffle. And now Alberto Moreno. Zipping it around. They're in the zone right now. Tampa recognizes it, but now there's only 9 to shoot. Moreno says, I better launch the 3. He knocked it down. Clutch shooting there makes it a 6-point game, 49-43.
Moreno now with 11 points. 14 points, I should say. Only Spartan in double digits.
That shot no good, but the rebound put up and in by Burtz.
Burtz just had inside position and just it came down and he got it.
Burtz is 6'6" and very athletic. He went up high to get that one. 51-43. Unfortunate from the Tampa perspective. Moreno to the basket. There was going to be a scoop, and Burtz said no.
Not this time.
Pushing it ahead in a hurry. Walsh, step-through move. Rejected by Downer, but ends up in the hands of the Bucks. There's a 3-point shot. No good. Long rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will be...
Should stay Barry's.
It'll be Barry ball. Good hustle that time. Devon Colley will be checking back in for Moreno to give him a breather. Moreno with 14 points, as you mentioned, Jack, in 20 minutes. Leading scorer for Tampa, the only Tampa player in double figures. Mortensen with the ball right there, the leading scorer in the game with 18. He's the only player for Barry in double figure scoring. Nice bounce pass inside, but good collapsing defense. Spartans come away with it. Ibrahims keeps it. And now whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on Barry.
I think they've got
Gusenich, yeah.
Even though he was reeling backwards.
Gusenich and Downer.
They're laughing.
Just went tangoed a little bit.
I think what Gusenich found is he bumped into somebody who has the same bulk as him, and the inanimate object met the unmovable force. Something had to give.
Yep. Gusenich, 6'8",
not
235.
Immovable. Well, how does that go?
You had it close enough. I knew what you meant. Downer's 6'9", 235.
It would not be the right word, but...
Vincent Biffle drives into the lane. Tough shot off the iron. No. Mortensen the rebound. Here they go in a hurry. Moya gives to Mortensen. I thought he was going to launch. He
wanted to.
Biffle, it's up through the uprights. Out of bounds. 22 on the shot clock. 12:50 on the game clock. Moreno will come back in. And he's coming in for Colley. I think Colley's still trying to figure out what his role is and how it's supposed to happen.
Yep.
Moya for 3. Wow. Boy, that was pretty. His second three-pointer of the game. He's got 12 points now. It's 54-43. Spartans were right back in it, but now it's, again, a double-digit deficit. Moreno, Biffle, defended by Isaiah Hobbs. Biffle drives all the way to the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound pulled in by Gusenich. Here they come. Moya for another 3. No good. Ibrahim ahead to Gamble. Gamble strong to the basket, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
That's a good call.
Yep. Moya was set, but then leaned over a little bit to draw some contact. We had maybe the best angle of anybody in the building. And Gamble will go to the line to shoot a couple.
He was set, but he was not directly in the path of where Gamble was going, so he had to try to lean into it.
Gamble shooting just 68% from the line this season. He came in to the game that we did last time, shooting 91% for his career. So he's had a little trouble from the charity stripe. This is his first free throw attempt of this game, and it didn't go. That's the way it's gone lately. Anthony Gamble. He makes the second. He's now shooting 83% for his career, by the way.
Wow, that's a plummet.
So he didn't have a huge volume of work. Last year he was 19 out of 20 for the season. So that shows you he didn't get to the line a lot. Mortensen.
Nice drive.
Nice drive and an easy dish and a good finish, and it's 20 points for Mortensen, and a 12-point lead once again, equaling the largest of the game for the Bucks. Moreno scoops it up and in. Count it. Again, Moreno with that scoop shot. Third time today he's converted on that. And this time he has a chance for an and one. But first there'll be a timeout on the floor. 56-46. A chance to make it a 9-point deficit when we come back after a short break. 11:42 left. Buccaneers by 10. .42 left here in regulation. A 10-point lead for the Berry Buccaneers. We remember last year, the Spartans had a 10-point lead late. And
I thought that game went into overtime. I thought they tied it with the 10-point deficit with a minute and then won it in overtime.
I'm going to go look.
And it might have been double overtime.
It was that close down the stretch. What we remember most, and Butch Estes said it as well, was really the game got away from Tampa down the stretch. Berry came back and made it.
By the way, in volleyball, middle of the fifth set, Tampa 13, Western Washington 11.
Oh, that couldn't be much closer either, could it?
Fifth and final set for the national championship.
Wow. So Moreno will go to the line to try to make it a 9-point deficit. Right now the Buccaneers lead by 10. Oh, it's short. Rebound by Gusenich.
Tampa 5 of 10 from the free throw line today.
Berry's 9 of 11. Mortensen wide open 3. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Hobbs with a rebound. Oh, nice find for Moya. Moya now with 12 points. Second leading scorer for the Bucks, who now lead by 12. Again, equaling their largest lead. Tampa led early by 3. 3-0, as a matter of fact, at the start of the game. Moreno got it out to Gamble and ends up in the hands now of Vincent Biffle. Biffle drives to the basket and the shot is rejected by Hobbs. Great anticipation by Isaiah Hobbs, the 6'4 senior from West Palm Beach. Behind the back pass to Hobbs, cutting through. Mortensen with a smile on his face. It connected but didn't result in a basket. Now Gusenich for 3. No good. Gamble beats Mortensen to the rebound.
By the way, in volleyball, the fifth set is to 15, not 25. Tampa leads 14-11.
Oh, boy. One away.
Match point.
One away. Looking for a national championship. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
They've won 2. Looking for a third.
Vincent Biffle trying to help his team come back. Gamble for 3. Yes, indeed. He's got to heat up. 58-49. Gamble now with 8. He's 1 of 5. He'd missed his first.
I think they haven't given him the points yet. I think he has 11.
You're correct.
Stat monitor hasn't upped it yet.
So he was 1 for 5 before that one.
Yes.
Right you are, sir. 58-49 the score. And now a basket that answers, 60-49. 11-point deficit. Spartans with 9:35 to play. Moreno, Marco Downer getting some big minutes here today, thanks to the foul trouble of Bellarmine. Tough shot by Vincent. Double and one.
Took the body contact, put it off the glass, knocked it home, and he'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
Vincent Biffle with that haircut looks a lot shorter to me. You know, he's 6'2", but he doesn't appear to be as tall as he was physically out there. And it's got to just be the haircut. It's a different look. That's all. He didn't lose weight or reduce in inches.
68% free throw shooter.
And he got it to roll. You said that percentage, and it's interesting. He's only 63% as a career, and only shot 58% from the line last year.
Final from Pittsburgh. The Tampa Spartans are the NCAA Division II National Volleyball Champions. Congratulations, Spartans.
Awesome. Just awesome. Way to go, Sparts.
A 5-set thriller.
What was the final score? The last one?
The last one, I haven't seen it. It was 14-11 with match points, so I'm thinking 15-11 to win it all.
Probably so. Vincent Bivell now. 8-point deficit. The Spartans can make this interesting here with still 9 minutes to play. There's a lot of time. Moreno to the hoop. Tried to throw a behind-the-back pass. It's knocked out of bounds by Walsh. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Richard Schmitz looking for a foul that wasn't called. Barry has 17 fouls. The Spartans have only 5, so they still have a foul to give before they put Barry into the bonus. Still a lot of time. Gamble, pump fake, now drives to the basket. High, no good. Rebound hauled in by Gamble. Throws it out on top. Ibrahim drives. He throws it up off the... Oh, my goodness! The circus is in town! Oh, buy your tickets now! Freddie Ibrahim with a circus shot and a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, he drove the lane, got knocked off balance, and didn't have a passing option, so he said, I got to put it up to the rim because I can't come down with the ball.
6-point game. And with that, Mortensen is getting off the bench and will be checking back in.
He's had a quiet half, though.
Just 2 points. Got the free throw. 5-point game. This is as close as the Spartans have been since early in the game.
Yeah.
Mortensen comes back in. Walsh will sit down. Full court pressure here. Let's see. Maybe the Spartans can get a steal. 60-55 the score. Inbound to Birch. I'll tell you what, Birch just took about 3 steps and it wasn't whistled. He caught the ball and took 2 steps and then another one. Whistle, and we got the shot clock did not start again. So the official has to stop it. They'll take a little time off the shot clock. 8:33 on the game clock. They will change it to 24, I believe, is what they're signaling here. Yep, there it is, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Barry with 18 fouls could be putting Tampa in the double bonus before long. Tampa with just 5 team fouls, so they still haven't even put the Bucks into a one-on-one. The lob inside, and Birch.
Moreno did all he could.
Yep, Moreno was pinned and just couldn't get up there to get it. 62-55. Nice execution on that play that time by Barry. Ibrahim for 3. Yeah! Freddie Ibrahim feeling it! It's now a 4-point game, and the fans from Tampa are into this one. A nice crowd behind us.
Ibrahim knocking that one down. He has 9 on the day, 2 for 3 from deep.
62-58, 7:50 left. Moya drives, kicks. Tomic for 3. Oh, yeah.
Good answer.
And he is telling the fans to be quiet. He looked right up into the stands and told them to be quiet. Well, he knocked down the shot. That was big.
Nobody shut up, though.
Oh, they're not going to be quiet. They'll maybe only get more antsy now. 65-58. It is a 7-point lead once again. And a whistle of a blocking foul on Tomic, and the crowd will say, see? You shouldn't have said anything. It's still a 1-and-1, however, just the 9th team foul. And with the under 8-minute timeout, we will take a break here. 65-58 is the score. 7:21 left, and we'll step aside for just a moment here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, both of these teams, Jack, suffered disappointing losses on Wednesday night. Barry lost 103-93 at Nova Southeastern, despite having 6 players score in double figures. A 62-point second half for Nova Southeastern, and you look at that. That's more than Tampa has in the game right now. that tells you how much that second half got away from Barry defensively. And the Spartans, of course, suffered a close loss at Florida Southern, 74-67, a game they actually led much of the first half and second half. They fell behind early. I think it was 13-0 at the start of the game.
That's what Justin said.
Yeah, and then they rallied back, took the lead,
or tied,
and they
had a 5-point halftime.
Led midway through the second half, and even I think with 5 minutes left they had the lead. But in the end, it was Florida Southern, the 21st ranked team, sneaking out the win.
Freddie Abraham, 87.5% from the line.
Got the roll. And that front end of the 1-and-1 was huge. That makes it a 6-point game. Spartans have gotten back within 4. This is a chance to make it a 5-point deficit with 7:21 remaining. And Freddie Abraham has stepped up big time right here.
Double digits now for Freddie.
Then getting behind the coverage and throwing it home was Burt's. Touchdown pass thrown. I think it was Mortensen that threw it the length of the floor. And again, that was set up during the timeout. They said just go long. Spartans were playing tight defense and overly so. Didn't protect themselves. And now a turnover. Ball stripped. 7 minutes left. All the way to the basket. Putting it up. No good! And Moya the rebound basket.
That hurt.
David Moya with another rebound basket. He's got 2 or 3 of those today.
And he now has 12 points.
69-60. Oh, my goodness.
Got it to 4.
It's 9 right now. Ibrahim. Or check that. Moreno inside it goes. Ball lost. Picked up.
Nice
and they're calling travel before the basket is made by Brent Duncan.
You know, he lost the ball underneath, so he did take steps to get there, but I thought he didn't have control, so maybe they would overlook it.
6:31 to play now. The entire Barry bench is standing. Pretty excited about the last 2 or 3 times down the floor. Moya has been huge in this game, 12 points, 5 assists. Tomic is pushed. That's only the 6th team foul, though, so the non-shooting.
Again, it's Brent Duncan out of his comfort zone, out by the 3-point line where he has to guard Tomic.
Cedric Bellarmine is coming into the game for Duncan.
Now we're down to 6, so he's got to get him out there even with 4 fouls.
Bellarmine playing with 4 fouls, the only player. Duncan with 3. He just picked up his 3rd. Moya with the ball. Bellarmine switched on him, and it cost him. Bellarmine just fouled out.
Yep, it cost him on the switch because his man got the return pass.
Richard Schmidt just turned his back from the action and walked the other end. So Bellarmine fouls out. He only played 16 minutes, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 fouls.
That's not a triple single.
No, it's not. And with 6:13 left, free throws coming for Tomic.
Downer into the lineup for the Spartans.
Tomic hasn't missed a free throw all season.
Really?
Just thought I'd share that with you. There we go. the announcer jinx. It works every time.
Yeah.
He was only 3 for 3. So, you know. So
I thought you were going to say it was like
so after the miss.
4 for 34.
After the miss, he was then 75% on the season. Now he's at 80% on 4 for 5. Nice feed inside and the dunk by Downer.
And he was fouled on the way up.
And Downer has to kind of be separated as he did a little you can't stop this kind of talk.
Yes.
And his players, his teammates, came over to calm him down a little bit and say, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
We're talking about a freshman with, as you said, not a lot of basketball in his resume. Out of Jamaica, the 6'9 freshman. Obviously, you see he potentially has some skills. And he got the free throw for a three-point play.
Was a 30% free throw shooter.
After that free throw?
It wasn't before. It was a knuckleball going up, but it went in.
That's right. 70-60.
Need some stops now.
This is Walsh backing out to Tomic. Tomic is working on.
I can see that play coming up.
Yeah. They isolated Downer, knew that he was going to have a tough time.
Tomic was not going to stop him if he got the step.
And that makes it.
You leave him open, he's going to pop it.
Yeah, that makes it 72-63. And the three-point play is completed. 73-63. Moreno has the ball knocked off his foot, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, weak.
I think Burt's just happened to get it just before it went out.
Ooh, maybe so.
Because it was off of Moreno's foot.
It was. I'm not sure Burt's knew that. So with 5:32 left, the Spartans now are at that point where you kind of need to start executing and getting results every possession. It's not end of game scenario yet, but it's getting close. The time.
This has been a really good game, but the Spartans have just not been able to really slice into that deficit. Second half, very even.
4 different players for Barry are in double figures as
Moreno thought he was going to lob it to Downer, but Downer turned around for rebound.
And Walsh with the lay-in at the other end. So the turnover in the basket, and it's a 12-point lead just like that, matching the largest lead of the game.
Downer did what he was supposed to do. He thought a shot was going up.
Yeah. Moreno, the junior with more experience, probably should have just gone ahead with the shot. He was open. Vincent Biffle to the basket, now kicks out. Gamble for 3. Long. And chasing it down is Tomic. Saves it. Here's Walsh. Quick on the dribble. Kicks it out. Mortensen wide open all day long. Wow. Bingo! 23 points and a Barry Buccaneer high 23 points for the season.
That was like playing horse there, just waiting for... I mean, he had all the time in the world there.
You cannot leave him open. There's another scoop. No good this time. Another rebound. That was the 6th three-pointer in 8 tries. And now a layup.
Now it's just getting sloppy for the Spartans.
Yeah, it is. 80-63. And with that, Zach Patterson takes off his jersey. The white flag is going up. Tyler Wilson takes off his jersey. Timeout being called so that these players can get in and get some court time with 4:07 left. Timeout on the floor. Barry 80, Tampa 63. You're watching it all here on the Sunshine State Conference.
That's a 10-0 run.
Yeah.
From 70 to 63, and actually was down to 4 at one point, but not anymore. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations. They serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. It's the official concessionaire of UT Athletics. Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website. Check dining services for variety and hours. And Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT. Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical big-box hotels. Its spacious rooms, waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites, an official partner of UT Athletics. And Krispy Kreme. For generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety paired with a hot coffee. Visit Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts right now.
Well, it would appear, Jack, that Richard Schmidt's 700th career victory will not come today, as the Barry Buccaneers have pulled away here in the last few minutes to make it an 80-63 game, and the bench has been emptied. We see Tyler Wilson, number 0, a 6'4 sophomore out of Raleigh, North Carolina. coming into the game for Tampa. Also number 4, Zach Patterson, 6'5" sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Brendan Baker is back in the game. Also, we see Brent Duncan back in the game.
Spartans play next Saturday on the road at Florida Tech over in Melbourne, Florida.
Also, Devon Colley, who started the game, is back in here to run things down the stretch. Splits the double team, drives to the basket, finds the cutter. No, he doesn't. Great anticipation by Burtz. Another turnover for Tampa. They still have their starters on the floor. Well, or regulars, I should say, not all the starters. Driving in is Burtz, no good. Tomic doesn't get the putback. A rebound by Tyler Wilson. Colley drives to the basket, lost the handle, out of bounds. It'll still be Tampa ball.
Our next broadcast for UT men's basketball, December 18th. That's a Wednesday night when they will host Limestone.
We'll look forward to that one. We have a women's game and a men's game that day.
Yep.
And the following day on the 19th. Timeout on the floor here with 3:36 remaining, 80-63. Well, this game looked early on like it might be a very good tussle, but boy, the midway through the second half, really, you saw Barry just start taking off.
Well, it's turning out to be a typical Barry game because they average about 84 points per game, and their average winning margin is 17 points a game.
Yeah, which is right where we are right at the moment.
And the Spartans average on offense 67 points a game. So it's been a typical game for both teams. We thought maybe the defense would prevail in this one, but no.
No. Well, it's an interesting look to the Spartans team without Pat Bacon, who is out for the season, redshirting, now getting the medical redshirt hardship year because of a broken foot. I mean, he was, again, your leading scorer 2 of the last 3 years, and most likely would have been again this year.
And a good stabilizing presence as well.
Yep, senior, most experienced player on the team. It's just interesting to see most of the regulars still on the floor. Tomic.
Right.
Mora's back in. They're playing a zone here. Mortensen's still in. There's a 3-point shot by Colley. Knocked it down. Devon Colley
now has 5.
Mora picked up by Colley in the backcourt. 3:10 to play. 80-66. This is Isaiah Hobbs, gives to Mortensen. We continue to work it, driving to the basket, a push, I think before the shot. It'll be a 1-on-1. Coming up for Leandro Allende. Well, you look at the scoring, not a ton of it for Tampa. 16 points for Moreno, leading the way. Ibrahim with 11 points and 5 rebounds. The 5 rebounds tying Bellarmine for team honors in that department. Gamble with 11 points. That's it as far as scoring leaders.
Yep.
Meantime, on the other side, Mortensen with a very Buccaneer high, 23 points, 6 of 8 shooting from deep. That's really the big difference. Tomic with 13 points, Burtz with 14 points, 6 rebounds, make it 15 points now as he makes the free throw. And 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Moya. I know you lose Elvar Friedrichsen. You're not going to have anybody that good to replace him. Yeah. But I don't think they've lost a whole lot with David Moya running the show.
And they get the rebound off the missed free throw.
And but Colley with a steal.
Taken back by Colley.
Colley taking it himself to the basket, no good.
But the Spartans sort of did what they needed to do in the second half as Mortensen only 5 points. He ended up with a quiet half.
Mortensen gives it to Moya out on top. 2:25 to play. Bounce pass. Tomic finds the cutter. Oh, beautiful play. Hobbs with the dunk. (83-66). Patterson gives it up on top. They zip it around. John Whitaker in the game now, number 12 for Tampa. There's a step-through move, no good by Tyler Wilson. Rebound pulled down by John Whitaker, and he kicks it out on top to Colley. And now, three-point shot. Patterson had a good look, didn't get it. Whistle on a foul. 2 free throws coming momentarily for Tyler Wilson because the Spartans are in the double bonus.
And take one last time to congratulate the Spartans women's volleyball team winning the NCAA Division II National Championship about 30 minutes ago as they took down Western Washington in 5 sets.
What a thrilling afternoon that was. Missed free throw by Tyler Wilson.
The third national volleyball championship.
Indeed. And now the starters go to the bench, the regulars to the bench as Butch Estes says, that's enough.
I feel good about it, he says.
Marcelo Perez, number 25, has checked in. Also, Johannes Dolven has checked in. Charlie Francis, number 23, is in as well. Milan Sheffield with the basketball, had been in the game earlier. And Tomic is still on the floor. They zip it around a few times, running some clock. 10 seconds to shoot. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Colley. Colley to the basket, all the way to the hoop. Puts it up. He's fouled. He'll shoot free throws. Tomic got him. 4th foul on Tomic. And Colley to the line. Colley's numbers might not end up looking all that bad, but he was really a frustrated young man much of the day as Richard Schmidt didn't like the execution of his point guard. 83-68. He now has 6 points and make it 7. 1:20 left. Full court pressure. Spartans won't quit. They'll keep after it. And these guys who don't get a lot of playing time are just thrilled to be out there at this point. They wish it was different circumstances, but they get.
Well, you know what? You're out there playing for playing time, and they've been out there since about the 6-minute mark, and you're trying to show that when the game is still on the line, you deserve to be out there.
Yeah.
So you're not out there just looking for stats.
3-point shot, no good, and Tyler Wilson went up and got the rebound. Wilson lost the handle on the dribble, got it back. Here's Baker. No good, tipped up and around, and Baker got it back. Now John Whitaker. To the basket. John Whitaker. Oh, no good. And they pull down the rebound. That was Johannes Dolven. You get it? And now a steal. Colley puts it up, scores, and he's fouled. 83-71, 25.9 seconds left. And yes, here he comes, number 11. Eustace Marcinkevičius. That's how he said it to me. Okay. As best I can, although he has a little bit of the Lithuanian English, if you will, pronunciation of it. Marcinkevičius. Number 11. Well, he was at the scorer's table, and then he did come in. Okay.
Parents, friends, and family are listening. We
apologize for that.
Happy that he got in the game, and sorry if we mangled it.
Yeah. Well, I asked Coach Estes, how do you pronounce his name? He says, I really don't know. And then I went and asked the player himself, and I tried to repeat it, but obviously with my English, it didn't sound at all like the way he said it. So, best I could do, folks. And the rebound there by Charlie Francis.
That should run the clock out.
They'll run the clock out unless Colley gets too anxious there.
No need to.
Coach says just back off and let him play. Let him count it down.
That's it.
And that will do it. And Richard Schmidt shakes hands with Butch Estes, two veteran coaches. The final score, 83-71. and a 12-point win for the Berry Buccaneers, who go to 5-1 on the season, 1-1 in conference play. The Spartans now 0-2 in the SSC and 4-4 overall.
All right, the Spartans next will play next Saturday, and they are on the road, staying in conference play, but they will be at Florida Tech. And our next broadcast will be December 18th against Limestone. That is a weekday game, and then the next night, December 19th, Shaw comes to town to play the Spartans.
Very quickly, the scoring leaders for Berry: Mortensen with 23 points, 13 points for both Burtz and Tomich, and 12 points, 5 boards, 5 assists for Moya. They were the 4 players in double figures there. I mentioned earlier, Moreno with 16 led the Spartans, Gamble with 11, Ibrahim with 11, and the final result, a 12-point win for the Berry Buccaneers, which ended the week ranked 12th in the nation in Division II basketball after the 10-point loss at Nova Southeastern and then the 12-point win here. It'll be interesting to see if they fall. They probably will fall a few spots.
But they did lose to a ranked team on their floor, so
maybe not much.
Yeah.
Maybe not
They're
much.
a quality team.
Well, we will get back together with you on the 18th, as Jack says. This is Scott Lynn for Jack Ike saying thanks for being with us. Again, the final here in the men's game, 83-71. Thanks for being with us here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.